Hey, this is Anthony from MVMT Marketing. Today we're bringing to you another case study. I know previously my case studies have been something a bit different. A Loom video, just with breakdown with some poor quality footage. Everyone knows that Loom isn't the greatest for quality, but today we're taking it to a next level for you. You guys know me for my lead generation experts in home improvement businesses, but today we did some event plannings for one of our good friends of us at Swift Pressure Cleaning. Dami has his own event group called Terminal 6. Today we're going to break down the case study of the 3 shows they had. They had a show in Sydney, they had a show in Adelaide and a show in Perth that we helped market for them with our Facebook Meta ads, and we're going to run through all that today and break it down for you guys. Let's start with the Perth show. So the Perth show, Terminal 6 have done a couple of different venues, but this time they wanted to go bigger and better. Normally they've done anything from about 250 to 300. Now they were going to push 450, and that's where we came in. So for the Perth show, we had sold 35 tickets for the Perth video we had, and at the Perth video we had the tickets sold at $10.37 per conversion. So half the campaign was more putting eyes on the product. So the first couple of weeks was literally, our conversions were at $46 per conversion, but everyone was starting to hear and see about Terminal 6 on their feed everywhere they go. So that was the whole purpose of it. It wasn't about getting conversions, it was about filling everyone's feed with Terminal 6 and getting a rough idea that where their date was going to be. So for the Perth video, like I said, 35 tickets sold all up at a $10 per conversion. These tickets started off at $10, but by the final days, they were $35 to $50 per ticket. So it was about $35 online for a ticket, and at the door sales that did influence people from Facebook, they had a line literally around the block to come into Terminal 6 was $50 per ticket. And then for the Perth poster, the Perth poster had sold 54 tickets in this whole month span that we had, the whole month, just over a month span we had. So overall Perth had sold about 89 tickets all up. And then that one, the T6 Perth poster, it was running at $7.27 per conversion. Meaning, once again, they were paying $7.27 every time someone purchased a ticket. And these tickets were varying anywhere from minimum $15 to up to $50, more on the $35 to $50 side of it. So they were getting really good gross profit here. Yeah, the poster was just simple. Where it's going to be, the DJs that they were going to have there as well, plus the date and the time. And then from there, they could go book their tickets with the video as well. Simple. This video here is just the vibe that we're going with it as well. So their whole vibe there was kind of the return trip, kind of Godfather-like. It is obviously Godfather the movie, as you all would know. And that's kind of what they did there. So Perth, once again, was an absolute success for us. Dami, the business owner, actually messaged me saying, hey, we couldn't have made this night possible without you guys at MVMT Marketing. And they had a really successful night. And I personally went to the event as well. Here's some clips from the event.
And if you hear this and then go and bend your back, go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
And it was a really good night in general. And then on to Sydney. So Sydney Terminal 6 was their first show in Sydney. So the mindset was a bit different. It wasn't about stacking profit and doing as many people as they can. It was just literally getting their name out there and then seeing what they can grow on from there. Because that first initial show, which they'll describe to me, is, hey, we don't really care about sales, conversions, and money. We just want to get as many people as we can in the house, and then they can hear about us, feel Terminal 6 for the first time. And then when we come back next time, that's where they're really going to send the profit down. All up, T6 Sydney did 34 tickets. One doing 7, which was, this was a $36 cost per lead, was about breaking even here on this one. But then the other one, the one that we went with the most, had 27 conversions at $15 per conversion. So they were still making profit from that, as obviously the first ticket started about $15. So they were getting good profit from that as well. But like I said, and what Shay said as well, Sydney was just getting a foot in the door, letting Sydney hear about Terminal 6 and experiencing it for the first time, and which I feel like we did a great job doing as well on our part. Once again, the ad creative was the exact same, literally the same video I showed you for the Perth one, just changed the dates for Sydney as well. For the Sydney show, and then the poster was the same thing, just poster of the Sydney show as well, with their same Godfather theme they're looking to go with. And then on to T6 Adelaide. For some reason, and I feel like we played a huge part as well, T6 is godlike in Adelaide. They absolutely turn the city up every single time they go there. I think this was their second or third time there potentially. I could be wrong, could be the first. But yeah, overall in Adelaide, we did 67 tickets sold. Let me double check that. Sorry, 64 tickets sold for Adelaide, coming in here at $6 per conversion for the new video we ran, that video that we were talking about from Perth and Sydney. That same video we ran there was converting at $6 cost per lead, meaning that they were paying $6 for the ticket, like we have talked about multiple times before, up to anywhere from $15 to $50 per ticket, which is absolutely insane. And literally look at the results here, 34.19 cost per lead, absolutely phenomenal. And then I can't get the actual dates, but I have the screenshots here that we will put in here and here. These days were literally the last days or second last days before the show. We had Adelaide performing at $1.45 cost per ticket, meaning that Terminal 6, once again, I hope I'm filling this into your brain, was paying $1.45 for people to buy a ticket to their show. And these tickets were obviously anywhere on that last day would have been from $35 to $50, meaning that they were already getting $47 profit from one person before they come in and drink alcohol as well. People going to these events are going to spend money on alcohol and have a good time. So imagine you're coming to my event, and from you coming to my event already, we've pocketed $47 before you've even stepped into the door. Meaning that, honestly, I would say they would have pocketed anywhere from $100 to $150 per head per person before anyone even stepped into the door. It's absolutely insane. And those screenshots, same for Perth as well. Same thing. I remember playing basketball on my Saturday, normal basketball stuff on Saturday. Dami had called me 3 times via the phone saying, please turn the T6 ads off for Adelaide. We're going over capacity. This is about to be an issue if we couldn't get this off. Obviously got to him after the game ended and we turned it off. But once again, like, we're getting $2 per conversion, $3 per conversion some days, and $1.45 per conversion. Overall, Terminal 6 was an absolutely insane success for us at MVMT Marketing and for the guys at Terminal 6. Overall, we did 187 tickets sold for Terminal 6, the return trip, and we're at $10.87 per conversion. Obviously, that last couple of weeks or so would have been very low, as we're talking about anywhere from $5 to less per conversion per day. And then those earlier ones were going very high, from anywhere from $40, just putting the word out. The whole thing with marketing and all that is you need a different mindset going through these periods of time. In that period of time at the start, like I said before, it's about just getting the word out. It's about having a plan and following that plan exactly how you're supposed to follow it. Can't get greedy, can't start thinking, oh, I want really good conversions, high conversions, low conversions rates when we're about a month out from the show. You're being patient and you're knowing that your plan that you've got laid out is going to work. Our plan was first 3 weeks, let the name get out there, let everyone start ringing the bell, and those last 3 weeks is where we're really gonna sell the tickets well. And that's exactly what happened. We're patient, stuck to our plan, and it was a huge success with anyone. Like I say in most of these videos, you cannot stress and you cannot change ads every 3 to 4 days if they're not working, because that's how you just repeat the same process. The ads gotta take time to learn their audience, and then by the time we reached our potential where we said, okay, this is where we're gonna do the absolute best work that we can, the ads were already warmed up. But if we had panic saying, oh my God, we're not selling tickets, then if we just switch the ads up all the time, you're starting with a cold audience again every single time you're posting a new ad. But that's just the thing, you just gotta be patient. It's a mind game, stick to the game, and you'll end up on top. I hope you all enjoyed this case study. We'll have another T6 one out soon, as we're currently in another process of another 3 shows for them for Terminal 6 in Melbourne, Perth, and Adelaide again. Thank you for watching, guys. Anthony from MVMT Marketing out.